Hello and welcome. In this video, we'll learn the standard form of complex number. Okay. In previous video, we have learned which separator we can use and how many spaces we can use. These all things I have covered in the previous video. Okay. If you didn't watch, then you can click on the I button. Then you will get the link of that previous button. Okay. So first watch that previous video, then then after that you can watch this video. Otherwise, the few things you might be not understand kind of things. Okay. So here, what is the standard form we are talking about? That is a plus bj. Okay, but a already we have covered. Okay, it can be integer or float, and int can be in any form and float can be only in the decimal form. And here, that is the b can be only int or float value with base 10 only. Okay, means b cannot be int in the form of binary, octal or hexadecimal. And that is b must contains a value. We can't put b as empty. Empty means what? We have to definitely define some value inside the j, before j. Okay, we cannot put empty like a simple uh, 10 or kind of things. Okay, simple j we can say. It is if you put like a simple j, can see, sorry, it will throw like a name j is not defined. Okay, so these things, that is the b must contains at least contains a value. We can't put b as empty. Here b is nothing, but we can't take one also because we have to put separately one also, then only it will be useful, or it will not create a problem. Okay, so we have to provide one explicitly here. And here we have seen like a 10j, then we are checking the type of 10j, that is the complex, and then again assigning minus 10j, and we can see the 3 plus 10j. Okay. There is one question, like a exact output of 10j and minus 10j is equal to what? Just try to understand what is the exact output of this. Okay, so here we have seen when I put minus 10j, then here minus 0 is given. Why? If you don't put the real part and the imaginary part is negative, then in the output negative like a minus 0 will be given. Okay, so these things you have to remember. That's why I am asking these questions here. Okay. And we can't give b in int in the binary form, as in the same previous told, b can be only int or float value with the base 10 only, that is the decimal form. Means we cannot provide binary number, we cannot provide octal number, and we cannot provide hexadecimal number. Okay, this all gives the invalid syntax. And here the term is a, a can be b already I have covered, like a b can be int or float in the form of decimal only, but a can be int in any form like a binary, octal, decimal or hexadecimal. And this is the VBI point, we have to remember it. Answer always gives in decimal form even we provide in the binary, octal or hexadecimal form. After providing it in any form, first it check it is in decimal form or not. If not, then it will convert into the decimal form, then it operates in the same form of binary number. In the binary number also we have seen, when we put some binary defining int value in the binary form, then first it will convert in the decimal form, then only it will give the answer. Okay, so you have to click on the I button if you didn't watch this int data type, where we have explained the all type of int binary and these all things. So to watch that video, just click on the I button. Okay, and we have to override here. Sorry, override here. So here I am providing the a value in the form of binary. Okay, and with the positive and with the negative symbol also, and we can provide with the small b or capital B also. These all things I have covered in the int data type. Okay, so we can see the result, and you can also put a value as in the form of octal also. So in the octal form you can start the prefix should be 0 small o or 0 that is capital O, and we can also assign the negative value also in the same. And now this is the decimal form we have seen. Okay, and in hexadecimal also we can put some positive values as well as negative value with the prefix as 0 small x or 0 capital X. So these all things you have to remember in the complex number, and everyone in Python, so that is no like a 3 plus 4 j is the complex number, and a plus bj form is the complex number, but only few people know the a should be which types of value and the b should be which kind of value. Okay, you can ask so with your colleague or with your friends, hey, please tell me we can put a value in which form, it should be float or not, and if it is float, then you can define this float value in the binary form or not. Kind of questions you can ask, then only you can see the difference here, and you can see the difference with you and your friends. Okay, so a can be bool type, that is true or false also. True converted into 1 and false converted into 0. Okay, so here we can see true means 1 plus 3j, and is it valid, and what is the exact output. You can ask with your friends, ask explanation from official website of the Python, and these below examples are the best interview questions we can see here. Minus true plus 3j. Minus true means what? Like a minus 1 we can say, and here minus true, that is the minus 1, and plus 3j becomes the minus. Okay, so you can see here, and here plus 1 plus 3j. So plus in the real part, if we provide a plus, then it doesn't show in the output. Okay, that is if we assign int value as plus 1, so it's simple consider as 1 only. Okay, so we can see here in the form of here plus true, and here plus true into 3j. So this is the multiplication part. Okay, so plus true means 1 into 3j, so it will return 3j, and here minus it will return minus 0. As I told you, if the b part is negative, then always in the output real part should be minus 0. Okay, if the real part is not given. So these things you have to remember. And here also minus 1, and multiply with the here same things, and here also we can see the 0, because here we are multiplying 1 with the minus 3j, so that's why here it is not given. Okay, so the if you provide minus 3j, it is considered as is 1 into minus 3 kind of things, but here the 1 is taken like a positive, that's why minus 0 is not given here. So there is some confusion, you have to remember those points. Okay, so you can see here minus minus, that is the plus, and plus minus, here you can see the minus. Okay, in the same thing I am executing, just you practice, then you will get the exact output and what is the difference. And this is a very good question, you can compare those all questions, then you can realize the true value in the form of bull here. Okay, so simple, minus 3j means minus minus, because the real part is not given and the b is negative, so minus 0 is here. Okay, so that is the questions. You can I have covered like minus 2 into plus 3j versus 2 into minus 3j. So here I am multiply with the negative sign, means it will return like a minus 0 minus 3j, and here positive 1 with simple minus 3j. And here you can see plus minus means that is minus, and minus minus plus here. So we are multiplying here with the plus 1. Okay, that is the sorry, minus 1. So these all questions I have covered above. And here a can be floored with the base 10 only, that is here we can't, because in the float form the binary, octal and hexadecimal is not exist for float data type. Okay, that's why we can put in the decimal form only for the float value. And there are some questions we can ask in the interview. They will ask, the output of complex data type is always in parentheses and without a space among real part, operator and imaginary part, even we provided any spaces among these. So this is the very important point, that is in the output, like here there is no spaces, even we provide here one space is there, here one space is there, but in the output there is no space. The point I have covered here. So when we provide b values as a float values, okay, as like a b point b1, and when b1 value is 0, that is the after decimal value is 0, then in output b1 is removed as gives output as int as b. Okay, so what you are getting simple here, suppose the input is 2 plus 4.0, that is the b1 is 0 here, so the 0 will be removed in the output and it will be simple like 2 plus 4j, 4 means here b. Okay, and b1 is the 0. So these things I have written here, so you can see in the output here. Okay, and like 0 into 2j 0j, and 0 into minus 0 minus 2j means 0 is not given here. Okay, because you know a real part, if you provide minus 0 or 0, it is not given. And invalidity, the b contains an integer or float value, we can't put b as empty, means in above we have seen we have to provide some value, and we can't put b as empty, so we have to provide minus 1 or plus 1. Okay, and here also the b is like empty, so we can't provide any empty, here also empty is there. We have to provide at least one explicitly, otherwise it will return error. Here also b is not given anything, that's why it is invalid syntax, that is the name error. And here 1 we can provide explicitly, and 0 also we can provide, means it will represent only the real part. Okay, but in the output definitely imaginary, that is j should be available. Even the b is 0, but the output, if you put like only 2 value, then also we have to put the 0 as j. If you assign the 2 value, then it will consider as an integer. Okay, here we have seen the output. Okay, and this is the very basics and very conceptual same things. In the previous I told you, when the b point b1 and the b1 is 0, then the output should be at b only. You can see here, and 3 point here, 3.3 j should be there. Okay, and here 3.4, then 4.2 plus 4.0, then 2 minus 4, because after decimal part, if the 0 is available, then in the output 0 is removed. And here simple j, 1j is given. Okay, if you provide 1j, then it will be given as 1j. Okay, it doesn't give the simple j. So these things we have to remember. And suppose if you provide like one more thing, suppose if you provide like a 2 plus 1j, then output should be like a 2 plus 1j. Here also 1 should be there. We can't, if you in the output also, if you provide 1, then in the output also 1 is given, because in the output also we can't give the empty j. In the output also it will not give only j. Okay, so a into b, this is the multiplication part of complex number, which is explained already. And minus 1j into 4, j to the power 4 means what? 1 plus 0j. This is the multiplication part. And minus 1j to the power 7, that is the so we know like j to the power 4 means 1. Okay, so j to the power 4 means 1, means 1 into 1 means 1, and the here imaginary part is 0. So it will like we can say 1 into 1, because j to the power 4 is equal to 1. So 1 into 1 means 1, then here imaginary part is 0. Okay, and here 7 means what? Means minus 1, because I to the power 4 is equal to 1, and then I to the power 3 means minus 1. So that's why here minus 1 is coming. Okay, and this is the basic part of our complex number. You have remembered where you have learned in the 12th, 11th. Okay, so please create at least 5 questions for interview from the above conclusion. So this is for you. Okay, so you have learned the complex number basics types and standard types also, and I'm going to summarize. Okay, so what is the exact standard form of complex number? That is the a+bj. Okay, a should be integer in the any form, like a binary, octal, decimal, or hexadecimal, and a can be float also in the decimal form also, and a can be as a bool also, like a true or false, and b can be only in the form of decimal. It can be float or int only. B cannot be bool type or string type. Okay, so these points you have to remember. And thank you for watching this video. If you like this content, then please give the thumbs up. Okay, thank you so much.